We're here with Ramone Close this morning to talk about the Brisbane Warrigals and their next adventure into the Indigenous Championships. Ramone, what's the reason for the name change from last year to the Brisbane Warrigals?
When we went down to the national, Indigenous Football Championships last year, we were asked many questions. Where exactly are you guys from? Toowoomba, Sunshine Coast. So basically, we decided to change the name to the Brisbane Warrigals. To follow suit in regards to all of our major sports teams. Brisbane Roar, Brisbane Bullets, etc. So everyone knows we're Brisbane based.
And you originated or organised last year, getting this group together. How did that come about?
It was very interesting. With our culture, we're storytellers, and in the sense that, a lot of it's word of mouth. I heard from one of our other young Indigenous football players, Chris Swain, that there was a National Indigenous Football Championship starting up last year. I was sort of a bit like, wow, how many Indigenous footballers are there in Queensland or even southeast Queensland? So, we put the word out. I got a hold of Alan Tacken, who was our coach and president last year. Yeah, so, from there, word of mouth then spread, we're lucky enough to get, a full team of 16 to 20 together, training and prepared, we ended up, heading down to Nowra and taking it out. So,
were you surprised at that success, or did you think the squad had a good chance of winning that inaugural tournament?
Being a competitor myself, I was quite confident, going into the tournament. We learn a lot, but yeah, we managed to get down there and did the business. So.
Do you think this year is going to be tougher? Do you think obviously the tournament with that first year under its belt is going to grow and be a tougher competition for you?
I definitely would say so. With the trial and error concept, like we all go through, I'm sure teams will build on their processes and teams from last year. There's $10,000 prize money. I'm sure a lot of teams will take it a lot more serious this year and learn from their mistakes last year, as we are as well. So.
And are you pretty much going to have the same squad as last year, or has that changed that much?
Our squad's changed slightly. We've earmarked a few Indigenous players in and around Queensland. We will keep our current squad. Our concept in regards to what we're doing is not only developing our younger Indigenous football players, but not sort of pushing them to the side and saying better luck next year. It's about keeping them on board and bleeding them through, so we can utilise them, in better positions, and not only at the National Indigenous Football Championships, but other games and programs that we're doing. So.
You received some support from Football Brisbane to get you down there last year, and that's been carried over again this year. How important is that to the squad?
Very important. Football Brisbane's contribution to the team last year was paramount. We wouldn't have made the tournament if it weren't for Football Brisbane's support. The support this year from Football Brisbane, we can't really put into words, what it's done for our team. Not only the financial side of things, but also the recognition towards Indigenous football. So the fact that Football Brisbane has come on board again this year and have wholeheartedly supported our campaign, it's means the world to not only us as the Brisbane Warrigals, but definitely it contributes to Indigenous football in Australia. So.
And also Football Brisbane's produced a special Indigenous Football Brisbane logo, which is probably going to be worn on the shirts. What does that also mean to you as a group?
Beautiful. Gives me goosebumps, to be honest. It's a symbol of recognition that we've been recognised. As not only a culture, but also recognised within sporting Australia as we're Indigenous and we're now moving into the football space. So it's something we're very proud of and something we'll wear with pride when we're down at the championships this year.
What's the long-term goal for the Brisbane Warrigals? What do you hope to achieve from it?
Long term, basically, we're more or less taking a holistic approach to, what we would like to do long term. It's not only about the football development, but really create a support network where, it's not just about football. It's about, picking up the phone and you can call any time in regards to anything. So that's sort of the concept in which we've adopted and what we'd like to do moving forward. So.
What would you like to see from the greater football community and organisations to help perhaps grow the game in the Indigenous community?
Opportunities and support, I would say, as well as a solid framework or structure. So, I guess creating that environment, it's a world game. There's a lot of love within football. That's something I experienced myself going overseas and seeing how open our sport is. So, if we can create that environment, here in Australia, we'll definitely become the #1 sport, and I think Indigenous football will prosper.
And personally, obviously growing up as a young lad, what got you into the game itself?
I suppose like most young Indigenous lads or females, our parents will predominantly come from, the likes of NRL, AFL, boxing, these sorts of sports. So my old man, he typically got myself and my brothers rugby league balls. I kept, putting on the ground and kicking it around. So my father said, hey, I'll put him into soccer and, football. And it turned out, I was okay at it and, stuck with it. And, I thank God that my dad put me into football. It's definitely changed my life. So.
Well, Ramone, thanks very much for your time this morning and all the best for the future.
No, thank you very much. And on behalf of the Brisbane Warrigals, and also on behalf of Indigenous football, I'd like to thank Football Brisbane, yourself as well. You've helped me personally in terms of advertising, what I've been doing with the team. So, we'll be forever grateful. And thank you very much again.